this is going to penetrate America, and the pop culture zeitgeist in America is not going to be good for Harry and Meghan.
Meghan and Harry thought they could escape the consequences of their actions, but it seems like karma is finally catching up with them. In today's video, we'll break down the shocking twists that are turning their world upside down. Could this be the karma they've been running from? Stay tuned and make sure to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming next. When Harry and Meghan walked away from royal tasks in 2020, they branded it as a bold step toward personal freedom. They slammed the press, separated themselves from the Queen, and sold the dream of more real life outside palace walls. The world was interested. Media giants lined up with blank checks. The Sussexes were hot, not just royal but important. On April 8, 2025, Prince Harry arrived at London's High Court to challenge the removal of his UK taxpayer-funded protection. He claimed that the decision was unfair and left his family exposed during trips to the UK. The case has increased public criticism of the couple's ties with the royal family. The couple's Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, was notably missing from the 2023 Emmy nominees. This absence caused conversation on social media, with some linking the snub to the couple's previous public statement and actions, viewing it as a form of karma retaliation. 5 years later, the cracks in their carefully built media kingdom have become hard to ignore. Their once celebrated Netflix deal, initially valued at tens of millions of dollars, is now hanging by a shaky thread as worries grow about their ability to deliver engaging material. In a further blow, Spotify formally ended their relationship following a poor debut podcast season that failed to connect with viewers. What was meant to be a rich $20 million deal became a source of ridicule after Meghan's Archetypes series flopped, earning neither critical praise nor a major listening base. The situation worsened as execs called out Harry for adding next to nothing to their projects. What began with the promise of a media kingdom has now turned into a stark lesson in the risks of over-promising and under-delivering, leaving them to deal with the hard realities of the entertainment business. Once hailed as a progressive couple daring to challenge outdated institutions, Harry and Meghan now find themselves dealing with an uncertain sense of relevancy. Their carefully created story, presenting themselves as victims of court abuse and truth-tellers hushed by age-old customs, has begun to lose its attraction. Audiences are getting increasingly tired of their ongoing complaints, the seemingly endless interviews, the tell-all books, the leaked stories, and the repeated bombshell reveals, all of which now feel like repeats of a well-worn story. Even past friends appear to be removing themselves. U.S. media sources that once excitedly championed the Sussexes have noticeably reduced their support. Recent polls show a major drop in favorability scores, especially among younger groups that initially connected with their anti-establishment message. Public opinion has undergone a sharp change, moving from respect and support to tiredness and doubt. Perhaps most worrisome for the Sussexes is that the heart of their brand, catching and keeping public attention, is fast fading. What once made them appealing figures in a dynamic cultural story now seems to be going away, leaving them to handle a world of changing loyalties and dwindling interest. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown, and hit that subscribe button for more updates on this ongoing saga. Let's dive deeper. The situation back home has deteriorated greatly, drawing a stark picture of family separation. After the release of Spare, Harry's explosive book that cast shadows on his family's character, painting them as emotionally detached, harsh, and involved in his problems, any hope for healing has faded. Once a close friend, Prince William has removed himself from Harry, suggesting that their family bond is likely permanently broken. Meanwhile, King Charles finds himself handling the difficulties of his rule without the presence of his youngest son, settling for a policy of silence. There have been no peace branches offered, no invites to family events, and not even a public recognition of Harry and Meghan's presence. What was once a family disagreement has grown into a Cold War, defined by a noticeable tension that grows more obvious with each passing day. Harry and Meghan sought a life of freedom away from royal restrictions, yet in doing so, they appear to have cut the vital links that initially bolster their standing and appeal in the public sphere. The very links to the throne that gave them a platform have been successfully burned, leaving the couple increasingly isolated and defenseless.
the chair of his Sentebale charity after she refused to publicly defend Meghan Markle following an awkward exchange. The Duke of Sussex 40 reportedly demanded Chandoka to explain herself after she declined to issue a statement supporting his wife when their polo match tended.
One famous event involves accusations against Dr. Sophie Chandoka, head of Sentebale, the organization co-founded by Prince Harry. Dr. Chandoka accused Harry of trying to oust her and pushing her to publicly back Meghan. These claims have allegedly damaged the charity's funds and caused a public problem. There was obvious energy swirling around the idea of Meghan Markle for Senate and even talk of a possible run for the White House in the future. This idea moved from quiet talks among political insiders to bold headlines spread across major news sources. However, as the original buzz begins to fade, a grim truth appears. Without a strong base of major policy experience or known political allies, Meghan's ambitions might be breaking. As her public image increasingly veers towards self-promotion rather than real political involvement, those high goals appear to be slowly fading. Political funders and season planners are apparently hesitant to back her projects, citing worries about her lack of political experience and the unfavorable optics surrounding her famous status. While engaging tales may draw attention from streaming platforms and social media, the complex and harsh world of Washington politics works under a completely different set of rules. It has become clear, fame gained from royal lineage does not immediately translate to skills for leading a country. The path to political leadership is filled with deep understanding, experience, and the ability to create real links within the political scene, factors that Meghan has yet to show effectively. What was once considered a great chance in Hollywood has now turned into a risky gamble for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Their production company, Archwell, has met major challenges in creating material that speaks with viewers. Despite their high-profile position, rich deals that once seemed certain are shrinking, and several projects have already been put on temporary hold. Industry sources have become increasingly frank about the situation, saying simply, "There's just not much there in terms of interesting material." Even Oprah Winfrey, who played a key role in increasing their power and gave them one of their most important venues, appears to have removed herself from them. The once glamorous groups that welcomed the Sussexes seem to have grown uninterested, throwing a cloud over their future importance. In Hollywood, the fickle nature of fame and acceptance is evident. Even the biggest stars can fade. As the Sussexes make public appearances, they seem to move from being seen as change agents to increasingly representing a warning tale about the dangers of chasing fame and power in a volatile industry. Their changing story serves as a warning that in the world of entertainment, life and impact are hard-won and quickly lost. The tables are changing, and karma is finally catching up with Meghan and Harry in ways they never expected. Harry and Meghan left the royal family seeking peace, privacy, and purpose. What they've found is an exhausting PR machine driven by the very system they ran from. They built a brand on suffering and royal links, and now both storylines are past their expiration date. Karma doesn't crash in like a story. She seeps in, one cold email at a time. One missed meeting. One idea was dropped. One less call. The doors that once swung open without question now stay quietly shut. They wanted to control the story, but they forgot that viewers move on. And now, they're no longer the main players, just a part of a warning story about overexposure and privilege. Will they be able to escape this time, or is this the start of their biggest reckoning yet? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown, and hit that subscribe button for more updates on this ongoing saga. See you in the next video.